So I think I was in Web 2 for about 12 years. I founded my first company in 2012 and grew that company into a very bigger size. But I was like fascinated about crypto back in 2013. I bought my first Bitcoin at that time. So I have lots of friends in crypto, many names you guys are very familiar with. They're my like all day friends. And I started my first project in 2023 in Web 3. The Merlin Chain project. We were just trying to build on Bitcoin layer 1 because like at that time ordinals inscriptions was going viral. And at that time we think, okay, the Bitcoin chain definitely needs to be scaling like so we want to do a layer 2 for that. That's why we launched the Merlin Chain in February last year. And we grew like lots of users, lots of TVOs, hundreds of DApps on Merlin Chain. And here we are today, with some new updates, with many different crazy ideas. But I think being Web3 is the most exciting thing I've ever done. I think this year is much better than last year because we first brought the idea of BTCFi last year. At that time, there are many challenges. There are many developers from Bitcoin, from Ethereum that challenging BTCFi in different ways. The Ethereum guys are saying BTCFi is just like doesn't make sense, and the BTC guys saying, oh, this will make Bitcoin not safe again, blah blah. But this year is much better because this year I think is like widely accepted by by different exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, by different chains, Solana, Base, and BNB chain. So I think this year the idea has already been proven to be like at least it works in some circumstances. But I think the challenge here today is I think the market still needs some education because when we talk to many users about BTCFi, they are still afraid of giving my Bitcoin to you. But I think this is just a wrong idea because you are depositing your Bitcoin into Binance, into OKX, into different exchanges. They are using their BTC to do BTCFi as well. So I think right now more education in the market, getting more solutions for Bitcoin. Like right now we are on Sui, we are on Solana. So getting more ecosystems accepting BTC will be very, very important. So I think for next few years there are still lots of challenges for BTCFi, but we're used to it. We are the first one with pioneers to bring this idea, and we're confident that BTCFi will be more and more users and TVL. Lots of challenges because Bitcoin doesn't have a smart contract. It's very different from Ethereum. So first is the safety about custodial for Bitcoin is very important. So like right now there are debates between Coinbase, Binance, OKX, WBTC. So the layer 1 custodial service, multi-sig smart contract, is still one of the issues that people are debating about. And also getting your Bitcoin bridged to different chains and working on different DeFi solutions is still like a challenge as well because you need to find actual yields from different protocols, and also you're trying to generate more volumes between different Bitcoin and stables. So I think for developers today is just also a start. We have faced lots of challenges. We have about $32 billion worth of Bitcoin bridged out on Merlin. Zero security issues before, but still we're trying to learn stuff every day. I think that's the biggest news for Bitcoin, to be honest, because right now I think there are about 1 million Bitcoin locked by all this DAT, and considering we only have like 15 million Bitcoin in circulation, 1 million is like a lot. And imagine different government, different company, they are getting more and more Bitcoin, and Bitcoin price will be huge. That's the first thing. Second thing is there are many DAT for Ethereum and Solana. They're challenging Bitcoin with not having native yields because Ethereum has like 3%, 4% native yields, and Bitcoin doesn't. I think that's a waste too. That's why right now we're working with many Nasdaq listed companies to manage their treasuries, to give them even higher yields than Ethereum. So I think not only putting Bitcoin in your treasury, but somehow using that liquidity to bring more yields, to bring more like incentives, earnings for your treasury. I think that's very important too. So I think that part is like still a huge market. Like 1 million Bitcoin is about like how like 100 billion, like there's like a lot, right? There's like 100 billion like dollar worth of like assets there not being managed. I think that's very, very important. Yeah, I think safe. First thing is safe. Trying to make sure that Bitcoin is custodial in a safe spot with great institutions. That's what Coinbase and Coinbase are doing. Second is to find the most liquid, place like Solana, Sui, and BNB Chain, Ethereum. I think these ecosystems you can find more DeFi opportunities. The third thing is to get incentives directly from the foundation. That's why we are working with Sui Foundation. We are working with Solana Foundation. Hopefully someday we can be working with Ethereum Foundation. So working directly with the foundation, make sure you get the incentives from chain ecosystem itself. So I think just getting your Bitcoin safely to these chains ecosystems and trying to get the highest yields you can, I think all these DAT companies will be happy. I think on day one, our slogan is make Bitcoin fun again. So this is not a typical, financial company slogan because we're coming from the retails. We always say we are like grassroots. We are bottom up. We want to make sure users have great apps to use on our chain. So you heard about, many Bitcoin layer 2s, but to me, I think Merlin Chain is one of the only Bitcoin layer 2s that retail loves. They are on Merlin Chain to trade memes. They are here to do, launch different NFTs. We have games, we have social platforms, we have AI products coming, we have RWA. We actually have a new Pokemon card platform on Merlin Chain. Yeah. So I think our core differentiation is we are very close to the retail users. We have a very strong, loyal community members behind us. And also right now, the other thing is we are very close to the institutions. We are the first one working with Nasdaq listed companies, giving us their Bitcoin to manage. So that confidence, that trust is not coming from, it's coming from long time building our safety solutions and infrastructures. So I think these two, parts, first close to retail users, second close to institutional partners, is something like I'm very, very, confident and happy with. I think always trading, because in crypto it's always about launching memes, trading memes. We have like different platforms like BTC.fun is something like fun, Bitcoin fun. Yeah. We have all kinds of different the apps there. I think when the market is back up, I think the trading intentions will be big again. Yeah, so basically we do a short interview with them and trying to understand what their needs is, and they have some Bitcoin in the treasury, and what is the target for that Bitcoin, because for different targets there are always different solutions. But after all these communications, right now we have a universal solution called institutional HODL, which means the institutions can give their Bitcoin to us through the custodial service, and we mint MBTC for them on chain, and they will be using that MBTC on different chains like Solana, Sui, Ethereum. So we have many partnerships. We have one announced, for SEC, for Nasdaq, announced, and 3-4 more coming. So I think by the end of this year, we'll be getting $1 billion from all these Nasdaq listed companies. Moving forward, I think right now some companies are still not into it yet, like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, all these big companies, they are not building their DAT yet. So I think probably one thing is from the regulation side, how comfortable can these big giant companies can be entering the DAT? They'll be buying Bitcoin for sure. And also I think Bitcoin, Bitcoin Vault, Bitcoin Treasury management strategy is the big market. Imagining you have a market with hundreds of billions of dollars there, but only Merlin and some other teams, we are small teams, are doing services for them. So this market is very big. I think we are going to hire more and more people to do that. So I think the treasury management is one of the biggest things. Also the regulation side. If the big companies can be doing that, I don't know what's holding them back, but if one day they're doing so, this will be huge for Bitcoin. Actually, our users are very, very diversified. There are always some, Bitcoin holders doing DeFi with us. We have lots of, bridging transactions on daily basis. So these people are OGs. They have 10, 20, 100, 500 Bitcoin. They're trying to find
whales. Yeah.
Yeah, from smaller whales to bigger whales. And also there are some degens as well, because we did lots of memes last year. Lots of people launching D apps on Merlin Chain. So there are many degens as well. I don't know. I think in the future, we are trying to get the narrative about holding Bitcoin to more retail. Because right now, when we talk to many retail users, they're not comfortable by holding Bitcoin because they think Bitcoin is too stable. It's not like crazy like this.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to educate them is, it's like slow is fast. Slow is fast. You have to be, steady, and you can make more and more money on Bitcoin by doing, investment and also earning. So if that can, grow in the future with the retail side, I think, it's going to be beneficial for us as well. Yeah, right now we're working with many Bitcoin-backed stable protocol like Falcon. I think MBTC is one of the major LPs for Falcon as well. We're working with many partners as well. So I think BTC-backed stables will be something we are more interested in. Like Tether, Circle, they're already there, so we don't need to worry about that. It's already on Merlin Chain. But getting more Bitcoin-backed stables is going to be very, very important, and getting more yields and earnings for Bitcoin holders as well. Yeah, I think first we need to do like a very, very deep research on these protocols to make sure our Bitcoin is safe. Because if the protocol is not safe, our users just lose their Bitcoin.
Domino effect, right?
Yeah. So I think just making sure that is there. I think the yields coming back from all these stables are huge. What they're doing with MakerDAO today. I think if the Bitcoin-backed stables can be over 10 billion, 100 billion US dollars, the yields will be huge. It's like very, very simple, no-brainer trading strategy for Bitcoin holders. I'm very sad for the past year is because the Bitcoin layer 1 innovation stopped. Before last year, there are BRC20, ordinals, inscriptions, composable like modules on layer 1, Lightning Network, stables in Lightning Network, Taproot assets. There are many native innovations on Bitcoin layer 1. But from last year, I think the market kind of tanked and the builders left. We still want to see more innovations on Bitcoin layer 1 because this is like where we started. This is where crypto started. Bitcoin layer 1. So we want to see more innovations there. But in the meanwhile, we want to see more innovations about cross chains. We want to bring MBTC to more chains. We want MBTC to be more adopted by protocols, by central exchanges, by ecosystems. Because in order to do that, we can get more partnerships from all these DAT treasuries as well. I want to be transparent and honest. I hate to say this, but it's kind of impossible because it comes with the double spend problem. Because you can move your asset on layer 1 and layer 2, there's somebody losing money. Babylon, they're trying to do something like time lock on your Bitcoin, but time lock can make sure you don't move the asset, but time lock cannot reflect the activities on other chains. For example, if you lose your Bitcoin on Ethereum and the time lock just locks you for a period of time, but by the end of the time you can still withdraw your Bitcoin on layer 1, and this will have the double spend problem as well. I think with BitV coming in the future, that will be possible because BVM means you can have that, you can solve that double spend problem. You can have some smart contract on layer 1 to make sure this won't happen. But I think still probably takes like a year or a half, something like that. So that's why I say I think innovations on Bitcoin layer 1 is very important because those innovations bring more opportunities and new products. I'm not going to promote Merlin right now because safest is always a centralized exchange because they have regulations like Coinbase, Kraken, even like OKX and Binance because they have some yield farming plans in the exchanges. But when you're talking about coming on-chain solutions, I think Babylon, Merlin Chain, Soft, all these protocols are being tested. I can just be speaking for Merlin Chain. We have 35 billion, 32 billion bridge out, so it has been proven very, very safe. But don't put all your eggs in one basket. You can have diversified plans for your Bitcoin. Merlin Chain right now is providing 8 to 20% APR Bitcoin, which is huge. So you can try that as well. Yeah, because we're just getting a huge chunk of incentives from several big foundations, and also there are many protocols about TGE. So I think the farming part from that is giving you higher yields. But without TGE, without incentives directly from the foundation, the normal yields on Bitcoin is about 5 to 6%. Yeah, but somehow it involves some risks because you're becoming LP, right? So it can be losing and earning by different times. So if you are staking for a month, sometimes it's losing because you're becoming LP. You have to accept some risks, not safety risks, but trading risks. Yeah. I think we're just like listed in Korean probably like a couple of months ago. So we want to get more involved with Korean communities. We're doing some trading competition. We're doing like lots of content, podcasts, AMAs. So yeah, we are very interested in doing that because what I just found out is the Korean market is still new to Bitcoin ecosystem, to BTC. So there's still like lots of questions unanswered. Still lots of people trying to learn about Bitcoin, BTCFi. So we are very interested in doing that. So probably getting on more interviews and podcasts, and getting more offline events, different trading competition will be something we'll be looking at. Yeah, so, because like for the past like few weeks we realized like we look at all this data, the Korean community is trading crazy on our project. So to be honest, this like is surprising to me. Yeah, as a guy who bought my first Bitcoin like 12 years ago, I want to say, just pay more attention to Bitcoin and Bitcoin ecosystem. There are lots of opportunities out there, but holding Bitcoin, earning on Bitcoin is always like the win solution. There are many people telling you different strategies and stuff, but to me, I think Bitcoin is like the sacred thing to me, and that's why I want to build around Bitcoin.